everybody. I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the...
What's up, MMA fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most explosive topics in combat sports right now. The unstoppable force that is Khamzat Chimaev, and why former middleweight champion Sean Strickland is desperately trying to get under his skin despite having zero chance against him in the octagon. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe with notifications on, and let us know in the comments, do you think Strickland stands a chance against Borzi? Let's start with the facts, people. Khamzat Chimaev isn't just winning fights. He's absolutely dismantling elite competition. The man currently holds a pristine 15-0 professional record with a finishing rate of 80%, 6 knockouts, and 6 submissions. This isn't just padding the record against cans either. Look at his UFC run. He submitted grappling ace Robert Whittaker in just 3 minutes and 34 seconds at UFC 308. He dominated former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman at UFC 294. He went to war with Gilbert Burns and emerged victorious. And most recently, he captured the UFC middleweight championship by dominating Dricus du Plessis for 5 straight rounds at UFC 319. The stats prove his dominance. He lands 4.04 significant strikes per minute with 60% accuracy, while averaging a ridiculous 5.29 takedowns per 15 minutes. This is a fighter who can finish you anywhere the fight goes. So what makes Chimaev so special? It's his complete, well-rounded skill set that's virtually unmatched in the division. First, his elite wrestling pedigree. Before MMA, Chimaev was a 3-time Swedish national champion in freestyle wrestling, posting an unbelievable 12-0 record in those tournaments while outscoring opponents 105-2. Second, his scary submission grappling. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Alan Nascimento, and we've seen him choke out elite fighters like Li Jingliang and Kevin Holland with brutal efficiency. Third, his improving striking. While wrestling is his base, don't sleep on his hands. He knocked out Gerald Meerschaert in 17 seconds and showed against Burns that he can stand and trade with powerful strikers. And perhaps most importantly, his mental toughness. This is a man who emigrated from Chechnya to Sweden as a teenager, overcame serious COVID complications that briefly forced him to consider retirement, and has faced nothing but top competition since entering the UFC. Now let's talk about the man who can't stop talking about boars, former middleweight champion Sean Strickland. Strickland has been on a relentless campaign to discredit Chimaev, calling him mentally weak and even claiming credit for his brief retirement during COVID, saying, "I was the one that retired him. It happened in our gym, trained with me, walked out of the gym. The whole gym's seen it."
With these guys, man, when you train with these Chechens for one round, dude, it is like you're wrestling a parasite. Like, they go full send. Now, I've been training with these guys for so long that, like, I kind of know how to do it, and I'm not really too threatened by it. But I just don't know if Dricus is experienced training with these guys like I have. Chimaev's a weak man. I know he's made his entire career about being this big, scary boogeyman. But, like, dude, you look at his history. Every time he's had a tough fight with a welterweight, there's always some fucking excuse. You know, I broke my hand, it's fucking Ramadan. The reason why I look like this is because this. Like, no, dude, it's because you got tested, and the test came back is like, you're not really that big, scary of a man. And you know, even like COVID, dude, like, the guy retired during COVID. You know, I was the one that retired him. He happened in our gym, trained with me, walked out of the gym, the whole gym's seen it. And I think it just it goes to show you that he's a weak man. And I'll give you an example. One time I made a joke about Chechnya, and it wasn't a bad joke. He just kind of took it the wrong way. So he sends a group message, a chat. He starts talking shit to me and threatening me. And I'm like, you know, listen, dude. I actually kicked Chris Curtis out of the chat because he's trying to de-escalate it. I was like, you know, so I sent him a message. I'm like, listen, you misunderstood, dude. But you said some shit. I will see you at 3 o'clock. Show up. Be a fucking man. His next message was, "Oh, no, brother, I misunderstood. It's okay." But
here's where it gets interesting, folks. Strickland's current narrative completely contradicts what actually happened when they trained together. Multiple sources, including Michael Bisping, have confirmed that Chimaev submitted Strickland multiple times in their training sessions. Even Chimaev himself casually confirmed it. Yeah, we sparred with that guy. We've been good when we've been in the gym. He didn't like when I said I tapped him out. Yeah, many times, bro. Chokes. Different things. So, why the change in story? It seems like classic wounded pride from Strickland after getting dominated in the gym. This is the same guy who 3 years ago was calling Chimaev fucking crazy and believing in himself completely. But now, after those submission losses, the tune has changed. Let's be real about what's really happening here. Strickland isn't just randomly criticizing a fellow fighter. There are clear motivations behind this. First, career relevance. Strickland's title reign lasted exactly one fight before losing to Dricus du Plessis. Then he lost the rematch at UFC 312. He needs big fights to stay relevant, and a matchup with Chimaev is arguably the biggest money fight available to him. Second, psychological warfare. Strickland knows he probably can't beat Chimaev in a straight athletic competition, so he's trying to get into his head first. He's attempting to create doubt where there has been none, questioning Chimaev's heart and mental toughness. And let's not forget, Strickland has actually predicted that Chimaev would lose to du Plessis, claiming, hands down, I think Dricus wins. That prediction aged like milk when Chimaev dominated the champion for 5 rounds. Okay, let's break down how this potential fight actually plays out if Strickland ever gets the courage to step in the octagon with Boers. On the feet, Strickland has that unorthodox high-volume Philly shell style, but Chimaev has shown improved striking defense at 43%. In the wrestling department, this is a mismatch. Strickland has decent takedown defense, but Chimaev's 55% takedown accuracy and elite chain wrestling would inevitably wear him down. Remember, Strickland himself admitted, "Someone like me, I've been training these f***ers for years. I usually could counter-wrestle and grapple them," which sounds like he's trying to convince himself more than us. On the ground, this is where it gets scary for Strickland. Chimaev averages 1.8 submissions per 15 minutes, and we've already established what happened when they grappled in the gym. Those chokes he hit in practice, they'd be even more effective in a real fight with smaller gloves. Strickland might have an edge in a pure striking match, but Chimaev's relentless pressure and wrestling would drain that gas tank quickly. With his new conditioning coach, Chimaev proved against du Plessis he can go 5 hard rounds. Beyond the Strickland drama, Khamzat Chimaev represents something special in MMA right now. That rare, undefeated phenom who seems to be improving with each fight. From his record-breaking 10-day turnaround wins early in his UFC career to dominating 3-division competition, Chimaev has that it factor that comes along once in a generation. The reality is this: Strickland needs this fight far more than Chimaev does. For Boers, Strickland is just another contender coming off losses to the guy he just dominated. For Strickland, it's arguably the biggest money fight available and a chance to redeem those gym losses. So, what's the final verdict? Based on everything we've broken down, the skills, the stats, the actual evidence from their training sessions, Khamzat Chimaev would absolutely handle Sean Strickland if they ever fought in the octagon. What do you think? Is Khamzat Chimaev truly an unstoppable force destined to reign as champion for years to come? Or does Sean Strickland have a path to victory we haven't considered? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming UFC 320 preview. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.